if they can within the last 2 matches these teams have in the split.
Right here, the CLG might actually want to attack Shiphtur. So in that video feature we had, obviously CLG thinks they have a big edge in the bottom lane.
Yep.
So they don't necessarily have to pick around that edge in the bottom lane. They think they just have it. They are attacking Shiphtur, who has shown some lane vulnerabilities this year.
Right.
He's very good with all of his great KDA stats, but he is very shutdownable in the lane because he doesn't farm that well. And if Dignitas falls behind, Shiphtur cannot succeed.
Right. The Doublelift game of farming seems to be coming into play here. He'll be in the environment he loves to be with that Kog'Maw looking for a late game. Dexter gets his Elise again. One of his favorite champions. He's going to feel immediately comfortable in the jungle and probably start to pull off some early ganks. And
I kind of like this mind game here. Twisted Fate is left up. Link is probably the best TF in North America, generally speaking. Imaqtpie does play a lot of Kog'Maw, but he's kind of respected as being the most potent AD carry right now in the game. So with the first pick, Twisted Fate, CLG is saying they're okay picking Kog'Maw into that because they think they can shut Shiphtur down in lane. Because if he got going, if TF gets going, Kog'Maw's not going to be able to do anything to stay safe. He's going to get gold carded on top of with the teleport and just kill. So it is actually very important now in order for the bottom lane to succeed in the general context of the game that Link and Dexter do work on Shiphtur in the mid lane.
Let's see. Shiphtur last time he played TF was against Team Solo Mid, and he went 8-0-3. That was obviously the help of his team. We'll see if they can put the pressure on that stops him from getting that score. Remember last time Doublelift played Kog'Maw, he was locking it in the all chat and said, I'm going to dodge all the skill shots. And he took a cop rocket to the face.
Whoopsie daisy.
See if he can dodge all the skill shots this time. And like you said, feels safe enough to first pick it, so he's definitely going to have some fast fingers.
Everybody with the Lux hover this week.
They're just tempting me.
Yep, it's not going to happen, you know?
Very easy ganks on Lux in mid. Somebody wrote a Reddit thread. They're like, Lux is going to be picked. And I was like, man, I hope you're right.
At least 2 times.
At least 2 times in the 8. Not even. It was a good guess, though. Definitely got my
it could still happen. It's 2 games after this one. Never know.
Orianna for Link. We get some shields coming out. Looks like there is the safety for Doublelift that locks itself in and picks 3 and 4 rather for the red side.
Doublelift is looking to cleanse again this game from the looks of it.
Yeah.
Kog'Maw vs TF is safety valve, so he hopes.
It saves the Mikhail's Crucible buy, and Aphromoo can buy earlier damage, which he did last time.
He did Twin Shadows.
Yes.
Very early on Morgana.
The Blitzkrieg will not grab.
KiWiKiD has of course, his choice of AD carry here, and Zion has to pick a blind top laner here. CLG has...
Then top lane?
And I don't mean they have to pick a blind top laner, because they already have Lucian, but he's probably jungler.
Oh, I like it.
But actually, this will be about how much they respect Seraph. There's everything up here. Seraph could go with something like a Renekton to try and win the lane. It would be potentially dangerous late game. KiWiKiD thinks everything in the world is funny.
Everything is funny, apparently. You pick Jax? That's a good one. It's funny. Aphromoo to lock in now. What will Seraph get? Because he can get a Rise. He can get a Renekton. He can get a Kale. Not that he's going to want it.
Kale, of course, being nerfed in this match. Really took her down a peg in competitive.
It's not really nerfed. We kind of like tied her shoelaces together.
But considering she floats around, she's still...
Exactly. See?
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's just a hassle. It's not really hurting. Waiting all the time they need. Going through the picks. I think it might be a Rise. I'll put my money on a Rise. Ah, I'm broke.
So,
I haven't seen a Shiv in a long time.
Back to Shyvana.
Yeah.
CLG is really picking this for team fights. Shyvana needs to get very far ahead of Jax in order to succeed in that laning phase. Maybe a lot of ganks towards Seraph. Remember about making him a threat so that they can allow Doublelift to succeed. And it goes back to what his most played champion is here in the North American LCS. We'll see how that pick works out, you know? There was a lot of Rise success he had yesterday. Renekton would have been better in the lane against Jax. He's had some good Renekton laning games, especially against Cloud9. But the Shyvana is the tried and true for them.
And we'll see how it works. The teams have picked their champs, so let's see who you've picked. Take the game. According to LOLesports.com, 59% of you are calling this match for Counter Logic Gaming. CLG fans trying to get behind them on some home turf.
But if
goes both ways.
If you feel the ground shift, you can update your vote by tweeting us at LOL Esports. Use the hashtag DIGWin or the hashtag CLGWin. Although I suppose
I have to vote again if there's like an earthquake.
Yeah, I know. If you feel the ground shifting, first off, make sure it's not an earthquake and that you're in a safe place.
It's an omen.
Secondly, tweet who you think.
Or just take your phone to the safe place and then you're.
And then keep tweeting.
Two birds with one stone. Keep it charged.
Because you need entertainment over there.
That's right.
Under the bridge.
Absolutely.
That's not where you want to be during an earthquake. That's a tornado.
Yeah. There you go.
Bad safety advice.
Weatherman chat.
Yeah.
Helping you out. So as we get into our second game of the day, it'd be Kobe up here if it was number 3. We're going to see, hopefully, not another 50-minute game. We're going to see some decisive wins. A lot of the teams have kind of been relying on a late game win, which isn't a for sure. Yeah, you have the late game carry, but at any time or any point when everybody's 5 items, that team death is going to mean game. It's not something you can rely on. Signs are out, fans are happy. We are going into game 2. Dignitas versus Counter Logic Gaming. Near the top of the list is where these teams sit. They're going to be fighting for the #1 spot as we get towards the end of the season.
CLG with the win will be in first place all by their lonesome until the LMQ game, where an LMQ win or loss will decide if it's the same. Or Dignitas wins, then they are tied with CLG in the standings yet again.
I see Link's recent vlog poster kind of writing. It said there were troubles, in their play style. They aren't sure how to fix them.
It's the biggest issue. If you're making mistakes but do not have solutions.
What kind of leads to that, though? Because you think about it, you're like, you see the mistake, how can't you fix it?
A lot of times you don't know what the root cause is. That's the biggest thing with Link. And its inconsistency is one of the biggest problems to solve. And that's generally what CLG suffers from.
Right. That's any given day. Definitely a very hard thing to solve.
Could we see a lane swap game right here? They're definitely warding like they want to create one. Dignitas trying to scout out where Thresh Morg is going. Well, actually, with CLG being at the top, they're the ones who want the lane swap.
Right.
And Dignitas is the ones who want the 2v2, so they're trying to seek out and destroy Kog'Maw and Morg. But they walked past that mid lane ward. That was not wise, to say the least.
Oh, wow. I like it. I get this played very nicely. Doublelift does not want to have to dodge hooks. Kind of been the bane of him throughout this split.
CLG gets the best situation out of this one. Not only do they get the 2v1 lane, they get to go bottom as well.
Where's the ping? They're going to say it on comms, but I'd just love to see the ping go over Doublelift, and then there's the collective sigh.
KiWiKiD walked through so many wards, especially the one in the mid lane. That's the one he needed to avoid. He checked the brush, though. Yeah. Seraph's not waiting up there.
I love that the fans caught on as well, right off the bat. You guys were watching yesterday. Kudos to you.
The best counter strategy would be if CLG had 3 people waiting there and they just kill him.
The bushwhack. Grab him right off the bat. One of these days. Somebody's going to do it now. So Doublelift gets his free farm lane. Counter Logic Gaming gets dragon control if they want it when it comes up. And we'll see what happens here in this late game. So you get a free farm Kog'Maw to a Lucian. You're already giving that damage in the late game to Doublelift. So moves have to be made here. We'll see how this game pans out for Dignitas to grab themselves a lead big enough to not make that Kog'Maw scary. Slowly together? Yes, togetherness.
Jungle friends.
Yep.
But counter jungle friends, in a sense. They're both kind of going for vision control. Some good pathing there by CLG. They're the ones being more efficient with their double jungling at the moment. This is another thing that CLG might like about this, because they want to swap the Kog'Maw Morg. It's not always just about swapping the AD carry and the support. It's also about swapping your solo laner. And ZionSpartan has been someone who's struggled a little bit when he's not able to 1v1. It's kind of his favorite thing to do. So there's a couple possible benefits of CLG here. KiWiKiD, though, with the hook. Are they going for a kill?
Whoa! What an Menacing play. KiWiKiD roams down from the top lane. Well set by Dignitas.
That is spectacular play right there by Dignitas. Making a nice roam play, completely surprising Link, and then being able to close that kill under the turret without suffering casualties.
Pretty much juked us on it. Didn't even see it coming.
There's a lot of people up here.
That's
Turret
very
hurts though. That turret hurts a real
perfectly played
lot.
so far, but you can only perfectly play 4 members so long. Wait, he levels, but he gets stunned right at the end there. Gets locked up. He does what he can. Actually loses both summoners, so that hurts pretty good. But CLG on the dragon.
Answering with the dragon. A lot of roaming there. I think the dig kill at the start was a lot better than that last one. They really committed a lot.
Yeah,
I got a lot of people low for this. The jungle dance in here by CLG needs a little bit of work. Dexter took a lot of damage here for the early dragon. But this is why we actually see some less lane swapping here. Look at the gold after what just happened. It's even.
Crazy.
So the first kill by Dig, great. The second one, which forfeited their dragon control, not so great. Once again, making Seraph a target does benefit CLG in the long run.
Very nicely done for them. Adapting to the situation very quick. Saw Dignitas kind of call an audible and say, if we're not going to get the bottom lane, let's try to take the top. They get a gank out of that, moving KiWiKiD down in his usual early roam when you get the lane swap. Now they try to put it back to normal. Doublelift's going to get that actually. Level 4 to level 4 as the 80 carries meet. Now the bottom lane. That only lasted 5 minutes.
And the 80 carries come pretty even in farm.
Yeah.
Itemization as well is about the same gold spent into each other. KiWiKiD with a pickaxe rush onto Lucian. Speaking of KiWiKiD and Lucian, he's got his fair share of Lucian games. We're not too far into the split here. This is his 12th Lucian game already. The de facto move for him. He is currently 7-4 on Lucian, so a pretty good clip.
And he loved the plays last year. They actually had all the wins on Jinx and then went to Lucian, and he wouldn't find the wins. Still goes back to it though. He can still play it in the lane. Now with the coming of Shiphtur and ZionSpartan to the team, it seems like those things pan out a little bit more.
He's going real quick here.
Level 6 immediately onto Seraph. They know his teleport and flash are down. He can only burn out for so long and then be burned down by Dignitas. ZionSpartan picks up a second kill for himself. He's already going.
Just another good play here.
Dig is acting on anything as soon as they have it. TF's ult comes up, they take it. KiWiKiD doesn't need to be in the top lane. They take a chance on Link. They get it. Very nice plays, but still not separating the gold just yet.
That
this
bottom
could
lane
close
move,
it even more. KiWiKiD not going to get out of this one alive. They do even up and even take the gold lead, giving a kill now over to Doublelift.
It is like clockwork for CLG. If top lane gets ganked, bottom lane will have action.
Yeah.
Almost immediately afterwards. They knew there was no threat of a Twisted Fate ultimate at that point. They got a nice gank and a kill for Doublelift. And the question will be, what is more valuable? A kill on a ZionSpartan or a kill on a Doublelift? Because at this point, that's kind of what teams are trading. Unless when they get a kill, they back off in the bottom lane because they know CLG is going to retaliate.
It's going to be big if it keeps happening this way. There's more of a chance for CLG to get those 2 kills on PewDiePie and KiWiKiD in the bottom lane. And now that they are a little bit ahead, that can even go worse into the counter gank if Crumbzz comes. It's all easy to say. We'll see if these teams can perform those actions. 3-1 so far, and still CLG with the gold lead. 0 turrets have been dropped in this game, but the movement of the early game map control has really put them ahead here.
Really crazy, because it would seem like Dignitas has made so many great moves here, especially the KiWiKiD hook over the Wraith Wall.
Being so fast to act.
Incredible, then they just roamed up and made this awesome 4-man dive. And CLG just kind of sat back, took the punches, and they're up 500 gold.
Just tiring them out.
Props to them. This could be an issue though. Shiphtur, 2 assists, blue buff. Destiny has a very good success rate for them thus far. And if ZionSpartan gets too far ahead of Seraph, CLG will not have someone to send for him. Probably the scariest 6-item person in the game would be a Jax. Oh, a 6-item Jax would be scarier than a 6-item Kog'Maw because you can still get on a Kog'Maw and kill him.
Right.
Whereas a 6-item Jax can 1v1 anyone and may not even be killed if you send 3 people for him. The split push game you can create with that is incredibly difficult to manage.
KiWiKiD looking for a strong push. He's going to go back, spend some cash. Aphromoo will stop that as much as he can. And a good pink ward placed out here. Looks like, see it, Dignitas is going to start wanting a little bit more. Do they get themselves in trouble?
They got him!
The flash comes in. Aphromoo hits a max range binding, feeding Doublelift another kill on a silver platter.
Woo! Punishing him for that pink ward take. I can't believe they were able to kill him there. KiWiKiD going to save Crumbzz with a really long-range lantern, then probably the absolute maximum range of binding is what finishes off KiWiKiD.
Telling you, man, there's little hands on those dark bindings. They grab you. Hatching a ward.
Must be.
He's all right. Nope. Warm it up a little more. There we go. He's not getting any movement out of it. He's got to see that Link is kind of just playing that one very safe. But then again, that safe play says maybe he doesn't know I'm here, so he's wasting Crumbz's time very nicely. 45 seconds on Dragon. And we'll see Crumbzz getting vision of his favorite area of the map, just under mid lane there.
Yep. Needing to control it for Shiphtur. Seraph has done a pretty good job keeping up with CS despite the 2 deaths. He was down 40-20, now he's down 54-44. It'll be about maintaining experience though and having relevancy later. Hello.
A little lane pressure. Not a problem.
Probably that was probably one of the worst things Dignitas could have done in that situation. They showed the Lucian for a single CS, which diminished pressure on the rest of the map.
Looks like we get the ping coming in from Dexter. They say we're going to be called down. There's going to be some dragon pressure going on right now. We want to blow some summoners, or at least get some low HP. Crumbzz just waiting for the sweeper. He comes back now, clears out the ward. He actually knew pretty much he was standing on.
Yeah, look at that early sightstone. He's really about the vision control dominance right now. And maybe that gank that they tried was just an attempt to see what was warded because Doublelift did back away as soon as he was coming down there, so.
Ooh.
Twisted Fate.
Dexter is 6. Crumbzz actually just hit 6 as well. They're going to try to get into this very nicely. Dodged out. Dexter, dodges himself to safety.
Dignitas wants this dragon now, but they might get initiated on.
It's a really weird position to take it.
It's all about catches. Here comes Seraph.
Aphromoo, very low coming in. He could be able to hit a binding if he comes off on this. Yeah, the ult of Soul Shackles has already been used. The summoner heal as well coming in from Aphromoo. Double shockwave. It hits KiWiKiD. A pie to the face on the back line. Seraph gets a shield save coming in from Link on the fancy fingers. Beautifully played by CLG to retake on Dragon position.
An incredibly spread out fight there, Rib. Dignitas desperately trying to get catches on the outskirts of the fight, but never able to finish off. At the end of the day, CLG gets yet another kill onto Doublelift and an objective. See this mid lane though, the fight
Great
continues.
peace of mind. A few more shots, he can't get it. He does take the lantern. This is not a good position now for Shiphtur. Black Shield is on. It's gonna be for a few shots though.
That is a lot of damage. Oh, that's also a turret.
Nice grab. They are all very low. It's a good thing they're not facing ZionSpartan coming in with a counter-strike up right now. CLG forced to back. They grab Dragon, but lose mid. We'll see if Crumbzz can use that as a catalyst to create more map pressure. Let's check this Dragon out one more time.
Yeah, they flash to get Link, and it's all these kind of slightly missed initiations.
KiWiKiD
missed his ult there. Crumbzz goes all in for Link, woo! But then Seraph jumps in. The fact that they couldn't get a clean kill onto Link was the demise of that fight. It really seems. And Seraph just gets out alive. Should have probably hit that Shyvana ulti, being completely honest, but he was a presence nonetheless.
He's working on it. Still getting there. Takes a few to calibrate. Then you get your wings in position, then you figure out how to get into the fight. 3-3, you're still quite close in gold, but 2,000 this early in the game actually means quite a bit. 4 pink wards now on CLG's side as they want to control pretty much 90% of the map.
Yeah, the big thing about this though, Rib, is I think they're buying so many pink wards because they know Crumbzz went double sightstone and there's a lot of ward game they have to play right now. That's 1 pink ward. They're hoping to get a kill onto Crumbzz for trying to get this one. The pink ward is saved.
Let's see. This will be how good are they, though, at saving these pink wards? We're going to have to rate this. It'll be a new game, mini game for CLG, protecting their pinks.
Protect the pinks.
Crumbzz over to Shiphtur. He'll be backing after this one, but with Shiphtur out of the mid lane, CLG goes hard in the bottom, knowing, and the rotation from Link here, if anything were to go awry, he doesn't even have to come down any further than the brush he just walked through.
Yeah, that is a Trinity Force Kog'Maw that they decided to hook in. With the black shield on top of him, there was nothing to stop the damage onto KiWiKiD. Not the wisest of moves. Really kind of proving there's not much Dig can do in a 2v2 situation against these guys.
Such a good burst of power. Kog'Maw can hit you with just a 3-chunk right there of the Void Ooze, his Bio Arcane, and a Living Artillery. Such a fight changer. You can see PewDiePie
Trinity
backs
Force
off
being completed, not even an Infinity Edge.
Right. He knows what he can do. Very ahead in the lane at 4-0-0, and it's worked perfectly for Aphromoo. He's 0-0-4. That's the Rush Hour bot lane going to work.
100% kill participation as well.
Still great wards as well towards the bottom side. The team is putting enough pressure in the mid lane, so this bot lane push works as well as they could do. ZionSpartan getting pushed around here by Seraph. He's gotten 2 kills on him already, but things are starting to change.
Well, he's got that big jump in items right now. This is the part where Shyvana can actually mess with Jax a little bit. Zion needs to have enough gold for a Trinity Force.
Yeah, he's only got 600 on him.
He wants to start fighting back. Exactly. It does take a really long time to get up there, especially when he builds a Vamp Scepter and then starts going towards Trinity Force. Sneaky, sneaky spider.
Well,
up to the turret.
At least he wasn't window shopping. Keeps himself safe, but that couldn't last, or may not last very long, rather.
Oh, they missed a lot of stuff, but he's really low.
Oh, beautiful repel on the counter-strike. Nicely played.
Kill back onto Seraph as well. This just means almost all of Dignitas' momentum has been stuffed right here. ZionSpartan gets even lower.
Look at the wards, too, placed by ZionSpartan in the top lane. They were able to just scoot around everything that he's placed forward wards for and winning that lane. They're really catching Dignitas off guard for these.
Yeah, this just kind of shows you how screwed ZionSpartan was. Seraph tanks the first few hits of the turret, then Dexter tanks the next 2. That's enough damage that when Seraph comes in, he then takes the turret aggro, so no one ever took too many turret shots.
CLG really focuses well on putting the power where they need it. Dexter giving those kills cleanly over. He also has 4 assists, and once he gets Elise, we knew that was going to be a lane snowball for whoever he could get to. Already Doublelift at 4-0-0, as we said, and even able to bring Seraph back a little bit. CLG really able to coordinate mid-game, so we'll see where their mistakes they're saying they can't correct if they come late game.
Yeah, well, CLG actually comes out to more early game leads than any other team in the LCS. They almost always have fantastic early game plans, and it just goes to show how strong a lot of their early game rotations and laning are.
So might get a little bit of slow play here with a minute on Dragon. Nobody's going to go too hard so they can participate in the fight. ZionSpartan, like we said, he's probably only gained another 200 gold or so. Actually sitting on about 400 since he went back to get some items for himself and heal up. This Dragon's going to mean a lot if Dignitas can get it in getting their core items and even getting further in this game. Good pressure by CLG. Dig can't even get towards Dragon right now.
Oh dear. Dexter has nowhere to go.
No, I think this might be an abandonment for the Spider. He flashes over and he gets the Summoner heal as well for extra security from Aphromoo.
So they almost got baited.
A little scary, little scary.
And now they're a little bit low on Summoners, so Dignitas will want to make a big play. This will be a big question here. Does Dignitas start making desperation moves because they know they're behind? They're not a team to sit around and watch you beat them, but oftentimes they do not measure their aggression very well. With a gold deficit of almost 5,000, there's not many moves they actually can make. But knowing they harass down CLG so well, a Dragon here is about the best possible move for Dig. It's still risky though.
A good grab, binding to binding. KiWiKiD throws down the box, but they can run around it if they really want to initiate the fight. Aphromoo gets in range with a flash Soul Shackle. Hard to say, but gets himself out. Oh, wow!
6-0-0 on double, 0-0-6 on Aphromoo. Schooling Crumbzz with that binding and black shield to stop the kick away.
Yeah, and class isn't over yet. Class is still going long.
However, Dig did get that Dragon, which since they are behind is a huge amount of experience for them, as well as a nice jump in gold to keep them at least a little bit relevant. They need all the time they can get because ZionSpartan still hasn't completed his first big item.
Slight amount of breathing room given there. Still looking to get some items to create an impact. On the side of Dignitas, waiting to finish out second core items. We look over at Dexter. Much like his Vi build, he must be loving the fact that you can build now that damage again on Elise. Goes for the Haunting Guise right after his first item. These guys know they're ahead, stealing out the blue as well. They're just giving Dig a hard time now.
Vision control has been lost. Dexter as well, with a very aggressive item build here.
Yeah.
Spectral Wraith into Haunting Guise. Very little survivability, but that's not what CLG is worried about right now. They're worried about the quick kills. I've seen Elise's do very well with this since the jungle changes. It's been about 50-50 the Elises I've seen go Spirit of the Elder Lizard versus the Ancient Golem. This one is much faster, clearing the jungle, and packs a way bigger punch, but it is much more punishing when you get caught out of position. So far, Dexter has been able to make some pretty slippery escapes.
Yeah.
And because he is ahead, he wants to snowball this game by kind of assassinating people on Elise.
It works the same too, because with Dig being a bit far behind in each one of the lanes and not everybody picking up gold, Crumbzz has no magic resistance. His top lane, they're able to slice through champions and turrets. Mid lane second tier goes down. They're looking at a 5,000 gold lead as KiWiKiD does what he can to push.
He's going to be getting these turrets down pretty well. CLG is going to have to push an inhibitor turret to actually get him back, it seems like. CLG's making map progress, but they're giving up a lot of the gold elsewhere, and it's kind of general gold trades unless they make a big playoff.
They're Baron. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just clicked it. They
They're
said,
kind
let's
of
clear it at least.
They're just starting it. Will that pink see inside? They didn't place it necessarily far enough in the pit. They're doing this on a ward. They do not know that.
By sheer power, they should win this fight. Double blue already set up. Coordination to re-engage on the Kite and fight. Going very low here. We've got the pip on to KiWiKiD in the bottom lane. He's going to be going for an inhibitor. It's definitely going to be a trade here. CLG pulls off. This gives Dignitas the upper hand. As long as KiWiKiD can actually, never mind. But no, they'll still be all right. Just kidding. Pushing the bottom lane.
Sure.
It's going to be the inhibitor going down.
What is the opportunity cost of this, though? Imaqtpie has killed 3 turrets on this push. And they get a Thresh kill out of it. So Dignitas with a very good play there. KiWiKiD just staying in bottom lane and getting all that work done.
That ward, clutch inside the Baron pit, allowed them to know when the peel off was and when they stayed on it.
Always place your pink ward a little bit deeper into the Baron pit.
Yeah, duly noted.
There's a fun little game of where people are actually placing their Baron wards, whether they put them inside that wall or just outside of the wall, because there's no way you can place a pink ward that can see both of those. Oftentimes, people actually don't even sweep and check the outside of the wall. There's actually a ward there right now, I think, for Dignitas. No, that's the old one. Just outside that wall, on the left of it, you can see the ward.
Well, I miss when you could place it on Baron.
I do not miss those times. Way back in League, for you guys that are curious, you could place a ward basically inside Baron.
Yeah.
So the only way you could kill it is if you walked behind it and then attack moved. Because you couldn't click on the ward without clicking on Baron. And if you attack moved in the wrong place, you just piss Baron off and he'd start hitting you. You can no longer do that. Baron pushes wards away from his model now.
Yeah. He's a mean worm. Good question. Why does Elise keep getting in the hands of Dexter? So many moves have been made. We've heard from the coaches. Dexter will take it every time. We've heard it from Hot Shot and his Vizzy's
the ward, but that Baron's going down really fast.
We've heard it from Monty.
They're looking to finish it here. Lucian not in range. So the
Lock being used. KiWiKiD locks him in. Whoa! Very, very random plays here coming in, but CLG's able to grab it. Peace of mind was there. They knew they didn't even have to re-engage after that.
Yeah, CLG is still in a lot of control of this game. They have an exposed inhibitor, which will kind of be Dignitas' chance of maybe trying to sneak something, but they're still 5,000 gold up. They have a 7-0 Kog'Maw. Let's not forget.
So ridiculous. Rush Hour definitely coming out big this time. They even give him, on top of the cleanse, he does go Mikhail, since they can do it so quickly and they know that he will just be shredding through these fights faster than Dig can retaliate at this point. No wards to this bottom side, so they're going to have to be very careful if anything gets engaged here. It's like Dignitas doesn't really like playing around in the Fog of War too much.
The timing is just a little bit off for Dig here. They would have loved if the Dragon would have respawned right now. They could have snuck that one, but now they can't stick around because CLG is on the way.
Getting the push by Dexter in the mid lane, so they have a little bit of vision if anybody needs to clear that as it comes up. They'll see at least Shiphtur, and now they can start to rotate everybody to the bottom side. Map objective free of Baron. So it's all about this Dragon Gold right now, and it'd be scary for Dig to fight a Baroned up CLG here. We'll see how they try to decide this. They're sitting on about 1,000 gold on 2 members. I don't know if that's their completed items though, so they may be forced to stay out for a bit.
Yeah, easy Dragon.
So the Infinite Edge static shiv comes out of Lucian as CLG picks up another Dragon on this game. 3 of 4 here, and their first Baron of the game is theirs. 25 minutes on this. The bottom lane is going to be the push as Dignitas. It's going to be really, really quick if CLG can get through this the way I think they're going to. Dig may not be able to answer.
Yeah, ZionSpartan doesn't even have TP, so he was trying to get some of that split push going on. But now CLG is getting a complete set of downed turrets.
3 minions out of the culling go down from that one.
He was scared of the binding.
Yeah, very scared. You have to be. Aphromoo's been hitting things left and right. Is not afraid to blow the flash to get that initiation in either.
This will kind of be the question. How does CLG break the hold here? They're looking for a quick and decisive win. They do not want to let this one overstall, even though they have the safety of Kog'Maw in that sense. But as far as becoming a top team, CLG wants to be able to close these games in short order. A lot of nice turret damage.
Just simply dancing
around
everything.
God.
What a catch. He can't get the command to move on the ball. Watch KiWiKiD go down from Doublelift and Aphromoo. Coming up very strong again. The inhibitor goes down. It's going to be about 30 seconds on the clock for that respawn, and that's going to give them enough time to possibly push in this middle inhibitor as well. Yes, they have a few minions on the backside as Seraph is taking up some shots.
That is one way to do it, nearly killing a man with a shockwave right there, and Doublelift is just out of control right now.
Yeah, he feels real confident, and the team's actually able to back up that confidence very well in these pushes. Another inhibitor goes down seamlessly as CLG just kind of waltzes through Dig's base at 26 minutes.
Great job there by CLG, making quick work of that siege. Something we've seen many a team struggle with.
Yeah.
Especially against a team that's pretty potent in wave clear.
Almost
Static
no
Shift
time
Lucian and a Twisted Fate can keep the wave down pretty well. But it was about CLG keeping persistent threat on them to scare them away from wave clearing and to be able to get the catch from within the base, thanks to Link's great ball control there.
What a fantastic game coming out from Chronologic Gaming. They pretty much banned out in the mid lane. Shiphtur tries to take away the Twisted Fate, but Orianna is still a good fallback for Link. The rest of the team getting pretty much high priority picks here. CLG getting a lot of what they wanted, and they're showing it. Just coming up on 27 minutes, looking at just under a 10,000 gold lead.
Bailout.
Takes a whole party to clear out the pink ward.
Well, Seraph has to go back right now because otherwise ZionSpartan will end that inhibitor. But he still has his teleport up, so the matching shouldn't be too difficult here. Dignitas still going to try and hold this one. He's trying to just rush that inhibitor. Seraph is well on the way. I wonder if he could kill it fast enough before Seraph can kill him, because Seraph has went full tank here.
Yeah, ZionSpartan has not. He knows he cannot reach this. He actually jumped the ward within, so he's going to take a few shots here. He should be good to go. Seraph will keep the chase on, making sure that he cannot get back. CLG has the advantage here in the base, so without ZionSpartan, they have nothing to fight for. Seraph continues the pursuit.
Doublelift is rather strong right now.
Seraph's already in. ZionSpartan's teleport is not up yet. He's forced to walk this down. KiWiKiD with the fadeaway culling not doing enough damage onto Aphromoo. They're able to drop the third inhibitor of the game. They'll have ZionSpartan coming from the backside, but is it even something they can initiate?
No. This is the CLG win right here. 28 minutes in, full control, and it looks like they've destroyed Dignitas.
Very nicely played. A few shots going in. You saw the damage coming from Dexter and Doublelift there. Collectively, the shockwave onto Shiphtur. I think it might be the first time he's used his Zanyas all game. That's going to be the Nexus turret going down onto the fountain is where they push Dignitas for their own solace. And it's going to be a 28.5-minute game. Dignitas gets taken down by Counter Logic Gaming in Week 8.
It looks like it. Doublelift gets them down.
Slowly but surely.
Poor guy. Right there.
CLG taking the win. over Dignitas.
They just had to finish that one. Doublelift loses his perfect score. Right at the end.
It
Feeder.
happens. Yeah, feeder.
0-0-10 by Aphromoo. That game was completely dictated
That was crazy.
by the CLG bottom lane. But more importantly, Rim, again we saw a team heavily target Seraph in the top lane. And we kind of have to start asking ourselves, why does this keep happening? Because Seraph recovered quite well on Shyvana. But most importantly, we got to give some attention to Doublelift and Aphromoo. These guys are wrecking people.
That was definitely taking somebody to school
Yeah.
on the Kog'Maw Morgana lane.
They backed
Very
up their
nice
talk
play.
as well. In the pregame there, Doublelift and Aphromoo were talking about how they don't think Dignitas' bottom lane makes good decisions. And they definitely stepped up to their words
And
right there.
according to in the early game ward placement to call the lane swap on Dignitas, get the lane swap back and have control of Dragon. Hell, I think if they even had standard lanes, they would have come out on top seeing that performance.
Yeah, it was just a really solid game and week for CLG. Think about their schedule here.
Yeah.
They beat TSM and then Dignitas, kind of
Yep.
two of their oldest adversaries. They are now first place. Depending on if LMQ wins their game at the end of the day, they would either be alone in first place or have a buddy up there, which is a pretty big improvement.
As usual.
There was a 4-way tie for